In the quiet town of Milford, a peculiar figure had emerged, lurking in the cereal aisles of grocery stores. No one knew his real name, but he had earned a dark moniker, the Cereal Killer. It all began with a simple aversion to breakfast cereal, but it soon spiraled into a comedic spree that had the entire town talking. His name was Harold, and he was a man of peculiar tastes and peculiar tempers. He had always hated breakfast cereal with a passion that bordered on obsession. The way the sugary flakes clung to the roof of his mouth, the annoying crunch that echoed in his ears. It was all too much for him to bear. One fateful morning, as Harold was trudging through the cereal aisle, his irritation reached its peak. He grabbed a box of brightly colored cereal, eyeing it with disdain. Without a second thought, he hurled the box to the ground, stomping on it with the fury of 1,000 breakfast-hating souls. The crunching of the cereal beneath his boots was strangely satisfying. From that day on, Harold's breakfast cereal vendetta became a routine. Like a twisted game of whack-a-mole, he targeted different cereals, gleefully destroying boxes with wild abandon. With each victory, he felt a strange sense of satisfaction, a cathartic release of pent-up frustration. The grocery store employees were at a loss as to how to handle the cereal chaos. Surveillance footage showed a man with wild eyes and an unbridled passion for destruction. The town was abuzz with speculation, and rumors of the serial killer spread like wildfire. Inevitably, Harold's antics caught the attention of the local media. Headlines blared, "Serial killer strikes again!" The townspeople were torn between fear and amusement. Some saw Harold as a menace, while others couldn't help but chuckle at the absurdity of it all. As Harold's notoriety grew, he began to adopt an alter ego. Clad in a trench coat and dark sunglasses, he roamed the aisles like a serial assassin, plotting his next strike. He even had a signature move, a dramatic twirl before delivering the fatal blow to the cereal boxes. One fateful morning, as Harold was on the prowl for his next victim, he encountered a young grocery store clerk named Alice. She had heard tales of the serial killer, but had never come face to face with him until now. "You!" she exclaimed, pointing an accusatory finger at Harold. "You're the serial killer!" Harold froze, caught off guard by the confrontation. I don't know what you're talking about," he stammered, trying to maintain his cool composure. But Alice wasn't fooled. "Don't play innocent with me," she said, a mischievous glint in her eye. "You've been terrorizing our cereal section for weeks." Harold sighed, feeling a mixture of embarrassment and relief. "Fine, you got me. I just can't stand breakfast cereal, okay? It's like eating cardboard with milk." Alice burst into laughter, unable to contain herself. "You're a strange one, Mr. Cereal Killer," she said, using air quotes around his infamous nickname. To Harold's surprise, Alice didn't call the police or berate him for his cereal vendetta. Instead, she seemed amused by his peculiar obsession. As they chatted, Harold began to realize that his hatred for cereal wasn't as irrational as he thought. "I guess I never really liked the taste, but it just became this weird thing for me," Harold admitted. "It's like my way of rebelling against the mundane." Alice nodded in understanding. "Well, if you're going to be rebelling, at least make it entertaining," she said with a wink. And so, the serial killer and the grocery store clerk formed an unlikely alliance. Harold still took out his aggression on breakfast cereal, but now he did it with Alice's blessing and a touch of comedic flair. The town began to embrace the absurdity of it all, and soon people were placing bets on which cereal box Harold would target next. As the legend of the serial killer grew, so did the town's appreciation for dark humor. The grocery store even set up a Serial Killer of the Month display, featuring the cereal boxes Harold had conquered in hilarious poses. In the end, Harold found an unexpected sense of belonging in his cereal crusade. He may have been the serial killer, but he was also the town's unconventional entertainer, a quirky character that brought laughter and excitement to their lives.